In realms long forgotten, there are tales of the Forest Kingdom, a place of honour and chivalry, known to some as the land of the Purple Dragon, but known to all as Cormyr.
Hi, I'm Tilda, and I'm playing Hiram, a half-orc paladin.
Hi, my name's Carl. I'm playing Catcher Donahue, human bard.
Hi, I'm Julia, and I'm playing Badger, a forest gnome monk.
Hi, my name is Anton, and I play Balthazar, a Warforged Cloak of Azuth.
Hi, my name is Al, and I'm playing Slate, a changeling druid.
Hi, I'm Matt, and I'm playing Zombo, who is a halfling rogue/warlock.
And my name is Dan. I shall be the Dungeon Master on this adventure. Good evening, everybody.
Good
evening, Dan.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you all doing?
Doing very
Doing good.
Yeah.
Did you miss us?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was alright.
I mean, judging by your comment in the one-shot, I think not.
I mean, we missed you enough that we've traded you two for Matt. So, yeah, when we find whatever kind of dark hole he's been locked away in, eventually we'll have the full party back. But until then, hello! Yeah, welcome back, you two. It's good to have you. Yes, in the aftermath of the battle you had with the Kraken, Zombo's, who was very friendly. He seemed to know Zombo a lot intimately than is probably safe. You find yourselves at the bottom of the Dragonmere Sea, which is also something that not very many people would want to be intimately knowledgeable of.
Yeah.
So, yeah, as you stand in the shadow of this strange bastion, shall we jump straight into it?
I think so.
Yes, please.
Okie dokie. At the bottom of the Dragonmere Sea lies a dark secret known only to those who dare not speak of it. A submerged tower of ancient Netherese design, once borne aloft upon a floating island, now a hidden sanctuary for darkness. Drawn here by Renna's vision, the Warhounds prepare to explore this Sharan stronghold as part of their quest to recover the artifact known as Ireland's Black Diadem, the supposed cause for the civil war which rages across Cormyr. In the knowledge that King Ezered's royal flagship floats on the sea's surface overhead, and with Raedra standing among their number, time and discretion are commodities which the Warhounds have precious little of. As our adventurers once again dive into the domains of Shar's most devout worshippers, the Warhounds will likely find themselves tested beyond all measure. At the bottom of the Dragonmere Sea, the Warhounds will find the answers they seek. It is to be seen if knowing those answers is for better or worse. So, there is a almost light bubbling noise as behind you a magical shield, a magical force field of some description separates you from the bottom of the Dragonmere Sea. Down here, the light, the sun does not reach, and you find your worlds illuminated only by the glowing purple lights which jut from spiked protrusions from the sides of this dark stoned tower. As you kind of take in the environment around you, Renna, the Moon Elf War Wizard who has travelled with you, the one whose visions you followed to this place, has placed a hand upon the door that prevents you from entering this tower from the balcony that you'll find yourself on. You've watched as glowing purple runes have illuminated across the door surface and then dissipated at her touch. And you've heard a heavy as some sort of arcane mechanism unlocks. There's a deep breath from from Raedra, who stands in the middle of your group. And for those of you looking at her, you see her brow kind of furrow as she takes in another deep breath, and you hear the leather of her gloves tighten around the hilt of her sword. And the door swings open. Just want to, before we go in actually, while we're stood out on this balcony, just want to have a little zoom out and just let you lot admire this masterfully crafted map by Birdie Maps, eh?
I mean, Dan, I've not been listening to a word you've said. I've just been looking across this map.
Yeah.
It is
Just admire-
gorgeous.
Yeah,
Absolutely gorgeous.
they have outdone themselves once again.
Absolutely.
Incredible,
And
isn't it?
that's just the outside. So,
Oh.
so as you open, as the door swings open, inside you can see a large circular room that again glows with a sinister purple light.
Can I just check
Yes.
before we go? Has it been 4 hours since I wild shaped into a giant octopus?
No.
Can I still be a giant octopus then?
Yeah.
It feels appropriate.
Yeah.
Amazing.
We can do that. So in this large circular room, you can see a number of kind of chandeliers hanging from the ceiling. Looking around the room's perimeter, you can see a number of kind of desks, like what appear to be sort of kind of research desks with some dusty tomes on them. In the four, sort of, there are four plinths upon which large, tall, almost like crystalline obelisks give off this purplish glow throughout the room. The center of the room appears to be some sort of almost kind of ritualistic area, flanked by two oversized skulls, in turn flanked by crystals. Four pillars nearby, connected by chains, creating, what you can only assume to be some sort of dark ritualistic feature.
It's very gothy, is what you're trying to say.
It's very, very
And-
gothy. So, Balthazar, you taking a look at it. It looks to you, it kind of has the same kind of vibe of the quarters of a high-ranking war wizard at the top of their tower.
All right.
But with a distinct Netherese flair.
Gotcha.
And as you kind of take this all in, the soft-spoken voice in between you from Redage kind of rings out through the deeps as she, "Ooh, this looks spooky." She steps in.
Well, yeah. Wait a minute. I will probably start casting Detect Magic
Okay.
as ritual if I can.
Yeah, absolutely. So that'll take 10 minutes.
Sure.
Okay, so, by all means, bring yourselves in and kind of plonk yourselves wherever you want in the room, and then we can go around. So, Slate, I'll just pull you in like so.
I squidged in,
You squidged.
as octopuses are wont to do.
Is that
Oh,
a
you're
new
on top
thing
of
you've added?
Katya.
Oh.
So, Yeah, as you all kind of nervously creep in, yeah, Balthazar, a lot of what you see in the room kind of, I say, kind of makes sense. This looks, yeah, fundamentally like the top of a wizard's tower.
Sure.
And from what, again, specifically what you know, but everyone kind of has an idea that the ancient Netherese, the Shadowvar, who were the leaders of the Netherese during the War of Shadows, the Shadowvar was a majorcratic nation.
Yeah.
Netheril was a majorcratic nation led by the Shadowvar, who were a council of powerful wizards and sorcerers and warlocks. So something like this, again, yeah, makes perfect sense.
Tell everyone, hey, if it looks magic, don't touch it. I want to see what it is.
So, yeah, as you all walk in, Zumbo looks to you, Balthazar, and yeah, but everything looks magical in here.
Yeah, well, even if it's valuable, don't touch it, Zumbo.
And you see he was kind of eyeing an urn, and then just kind of pulls his hand away from it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, as you look around, let's start at the bottom. Hiram, what are you investigating first?
I would like to take a look at the skulls and the flowers.
Okay. So, yeah, as you head towards the center of the room, so I say there seems to be this kind of arcane area. The light from the four crystals that emanates from the four crystals seems to be kind of almost coalescing in this area. The skulls themselves are they look like upsettingly large skulls, potentially the skulls of giants, for example. But you notice that within the bone itself, there are a number of carvings etched into the bone. The carvings themselves mean nothing to you, but you do kind of recognize it looks a bit like draconic script with the harsh lines and the dags and the little flecks. And you also see that the skulls appear to be much like almost marbled with like a black ebony type mineral that runs through the skulls. They're set off with this sickly pink glow from what appear to be kind of collections of crystals either side. And then from the tops of the skulls, you see, like on from the temples of the skulls, heavy iron chains run from the skulls up to the four pillars that sit between the two skulls.
Okay, I think I will call out everyone else. Ask, does anyone speak Draconic?
No.
Or read Draconic?
No.
I'll wave my hands in my hands, my octopus tentacles, and like a no.
Okay.
No.
Oh well.
So, Katya, what are you investigating?
Katya's going to investigate the table at the top. I think she basically just wanders around the edge looking at everything, but sees the predominant, the prominent table, and I think she'd probably go towards that.
So as you go around just real quick, from the entrance, you see what looks like some sort of kind of bookshelf in the southeastern corner. Then one of these kind of purple crystalline glowing obelisks. You stop when you get to here, because in front of you is a large statue of a hooded, bearded man, heads down, but it feels as though it's kind of looking at you, its hands clasped just at the bottom of the waistline. And as you look at the statue with its kind of stylization, it immediately reminds you of the statues you saw in Renner's vision. And in fact, anyone looking in that direction recognizes this statue as being very similar, if not identical, to the ones you saw in Renner's vision, albeit only one. Otherwise, yeah, as you carry on heading round, yeah, you see tables, you see urns, and then you're heading over to the main table, you say?
Yeah, towards the main table.
Okay. So on the table, you see a number of kind of old documents and parchments. The vast majority of the ink has faded to the point where it's barely legible. There is a candle that's spilt over, and you can see that wax has poured out of it. So clearly, and one of the chairs is tipped over. And given what you understand of this place, the fact that it apparently was a floating island, so they said, you're surprised that there's not more kind of devastation with the fact that this thing fell from the sky, hit the water, and then sank to the bottom of the sea.
Controlled landing.
A controlled landing, yeah. But yeah, otherwise, nothing. Like, you can see a couple of scribbles. Again, they're all in this kind of draconic style script. So anything that is readable, like legible, is in a foreign language.
Katja sort of hovers her fingers over the paperwork, and she starts feeling I would say a resonance from like the pages, almost like a psychic imprint, as she starts to. Oh, did that work? Probably didn't. Comprehend languages.
Well done.
Okay.
Well done.
Okay. So, as you look at the text, the lines on the lines of script on the page, they almost, as you look at them and you kind of blink your eyes, they almost seem to kind of shift and move to the point where they kind of spell out, reform themselves into common. I say the vast majority of the text is illegible, kind of lost to time. But the bits that you do pick up are like what you gather reading through the pages that you can read. This was the journey that this tower was taking was a discreet and quiet one.
Okay.
The discretion of its actions were of the utmost importance. You find that you see a page saying that the council is less than impressed with the current circumstances of the war. So more extreme measures must be taken. Another page reads, "The council is weak. They lack conviction." And the last one details how we are stuck down here. We are marooned.
Oh no.
Blessed, however, that we are bathed in her shadow.
Katja sort of like reading through those and starts calling back like, I think these guys were on a stealth mission. She can imagine Zumbo screaming like, probably got a higher percentage than us. And then she sort of like, it looks like maybe these guys were at odds with the council and they ended up getting stuck down here.
Okay, so as you shout that out, Badger.
I think Badger is not the most kind of investigatey sort of person. She's more of an action gnome, and so she realizes that there are lots of people here who are going to be very good at identifying things in a wizardy tower. So instead of kind of investigating, she's going to kind of pick her way around the room and sort of towards the door at the far end, and sort of she's kind of making her way over there to sort of listen at the door and see, are we attracting attention? Is there anything going on the other side? And maybe even use her stealth to kind of slightly test the door and see if she can peek out to see if there's anything that could take us by surprise.
Okay. So first up, then, when you're at the door, if you give me a perception check.
Yeah. It's a 21.
Okay. And you want to try kind of opening the door.
Well, it depends if I hear it. Am I
Okay.
hearing anything first?
So as you place your ear kind of close to the door and you close your eyes and you focus and you listen, you can hear the rest of the Warhounds kind of moving around behind you. But as you try to focus that out, you hear nothing on the other side.
Okay, in which case I will very gingerly test the door and see if I can open it just a crack to peer out at what's in the next room. But not get a proper look, just kind of peek.
Sure. So as you go to open the door, Squiddy Slate, what do you do?
Very much in the same sort of boat, I would say, like quite keen to find out if there's any kind of living beings around. I guess with this same case, I'd probably want to go for actually checking whether or not this room's been used recently.
Sure.
Get a sense of anything.
A 10-foot speed.
10-foot speed, that's fine. I've got... What I'm more interested in using is this delicious 10-foot, 10-plus perception.
Okay, cool. So as your eyes kind of bulge out the sides of your head and rotate to look down, and with your body you can effectively have your eyes almost brushing the surface of the floor, can't you? Yeah, give me a... you want to see if it's been used? Like, if it's been inhabited, you mean?
Yeah, if it's been inhabited... this place has been inhabited recently, basically.
Okay, so tell you what, if you want to, you can either give me a perception, which will, I'll give you a general answer, or you can give me an investigation, and I'll give you a specific answer.
I want a perception because I've got a better thing and I want to use it. I want to get a good one this time.
Okay.
Try that.
So as you look in 360,
oh wow,
big old eyeballs. Okay, so 15.
Yeah.
As you get this full fishbowl effect, and you start kind of processing the visual data you're seeing, you realise that there is like a fine layer of dust on the floor. Well, it's not fine. It's a thick layer of dust, which is being kind of kicked up and disturbed by the footsteps of the Warhounds as they move through. And as you kind of look around, you realise that, like, there are no other disturbances. Whatever's happened, like, no one's been in this tower for years.
Wait. Okie dokie. Well, I'll just move as far as I can with my 10-foot movement.
Okay.
Which I think is here.
Yeah.
And then...
you'll have like 10 minutes worth of movement, because, Balthazar's doing his yo-yo-ing.
Yeah, well, okay, cool.
So,
I'll try to... if I can, I'll try and move more towards the plinths in the middle. I imagine they're quite tall.
Oh, yeah, you can plonk yourself as and where.
Wait! I'm going up here.
So you're just casting thingy,
Yep.
yeah? Is everyone holding fire on their actions before Balthazar finishes, or are you just kind of doing it while he's casting?
Imagine if we have that like 10 minutes, Kasha will go over to the skulls and look over at the skulls and quickly tell Hiram what they say.
Okay. So just a quick aside, when you look at the skulls, they don't say anything, they just seem to be kind of runes of power. But, yeah, they keep their... in the same way that if you were to look in a wizard's spellbook, it would be gobbledygook, even if it was written in script you understand. Okay. But yeah, they kind of thrum with this energy. Badger, are you holding fire for Balthazar, or...?
I really don't think she would.
Okay.
I think she'd be doing this investigation because it's 10 whole minutes, and the whole point of what she's doing is to make sure no one's going to burst in on us. So
in which case, Balthazar, as you begin casting the ritual, and sort of like kind of, weaving through and pulling apart, like focusing in on the strands of kind of magic that run through this place. And like you happen to look up and you can see Badger at the door at the far end, like with an ear. And like she goes to kind of push like push the door, slide the door, and you see as she touches the door, there's a loud slam as the door behind Raedra slams shut, and you hear a. It's the same kind of thudding noise that you heard when the lock opened. You hear Raedra cry out in surprise as she turns around, and you realise, the door's locked in. Badger, the door that you've pressed doesn't seem to budge or move in any way. Yeah, so you all hear the thud as it reverberates around the room, and as you all kind of turn to look at one another, you hear a voice, a thunderous voice boom, and it seems to be coming from all around you.
Intruders in the sanctum.
Okay, that was my fault.
Identify yourselves.
Badger, it's on you.
This one's on me, guys. I'm so sorry. Hi! We're here for the Sharon worship, I guess.
And the music.
Defensive countermeasures will activate.
Oh no.
In 10 seconds, identify yourselves.
Renna, can you identify yourself, please?
Renna looks around worriedly and, hello, my name's Renna Illyra.
In 5 seconds.
Dan, can I do a quick history check to remember the name of the Sharon who ambushed us back in the library?
Ooh.
You can. Speedfire round.
Speedfire. History. Yeah. 24.
Ooh.
You remember his name as Aiden.
What was Aiden?
Aiden. Where is he?
Aiden dude.
Mhm.
Aiden Broski.
You remember his surname to be whatever his surname was.
So Aiden, whatever his surname was, that's
sure,
whatever his surname was. Sorry.
Aiden douchebag.
Katya rolls a higher history than the DM. So as you shout out that name,
Well, she basically uses her actor skill because she was with him long enough that she can mimic his voice.
okay.
Oh, amazing.
So as you shout out his name in Aiden's voice, the voice which has been counting down from 10, you get to 2, and you shout his name out, and the voice stops.
Good one.
Designated not recognized.
Son.
Activating defenses. May you be blessed in her shadow.
And
I tried.
okay, so if everyone's rolled initiative, so there is, as you hear the voice kind of ring out, there is a rumbling, and Slate, as one of your eyes turns to look, you hear Zumbo go, I don't think that's normal. And the statue in the southeastern corner starts to shift, and you see its eyes illuminate with this similar sickly purple light to that of the crystals. And at the top of round, Zumbo shouts out, "Oh, bloody hell!" And he looks round, draws his rapier, jumps at the golem, as this statue this statue of an old Netherese man kind of stands up to an upsettingly tall height. And Zumbo will stabby stab with a booming blade. "I've got this one, gang!" he shouts out. And you watch as his rapier ding, hits the golem's form, and his rapier just kind of bends slightly. The rapier seems to do absolutely nothing, and the golem is rocked ever so slightly, and Zumbo kind of takes a look up and, "Actually, no, I'm fine," he says, and he kind of slowly backs off. The stone golem kind of fully activating and standing at full height, looks to you, like looks around, and the booming voice kind of echoes out from him.
May you be blessed in her shadow.
And
Oh boy.
the eyes on the golem flash.
Oh.
The 4 crystals deluminate, and the room is thrown into pitch darkness.
Oh.
Shit.
I'm so glad that I'm an octopus now.
Even Slate, as the darkness washes over you, you realize that you too cannot see.
Oh no!
Does an octopus
So-
have blind sight? Probably not.
No.
No.
You then hear
Oh no.
as the thing steps into the room,
Oh.
and you realize that you, apart from the sounds that echo through the room, you cannot see a thing in here.
Right.
Rena kind of runs and hides.
Good for her.
Slate, what do you do?
I will move to the general direction that the golem was in and feel about with my tentacles to
Okay.
see if I can, well, not to see, but to feel if I can find it.
Okay.
So I believe that was that way, which is, yeah, 1.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
reach out ahead of me and twitches to
Are you
the
doing like an
east.
attack into the darkness?
I'm doing a feel into the darkness at first, and if I feel like it's big enough, I'm going to attack and hope it's not Balthazar.
So as you feel out, the only thing as you kind of feel out in a 180 in front of you, you just hear get off, as you realise you've just kind of slapped Zumbo in the face a couple of times next to you. But otherwise, you feel nothing ahead of you.
Okay. Can I then ready an action
Yes.
for if I feel a stone golem approaching, I can attack it with my tentacles.
Okay. Draw.
Drool is firstly going to rely on his sense of smell.
Okay.
So he will do a perception check at advantage
Yeah.
to see if he can scent the creature. That is a very slow.
Your 24 on perception was your first roll. So Draw tries to kind of sniff out, but like his nose just kind of gets clogged with dust, and also like Draw doesn't notice any difference. Like the only different smells in this room besides the dust and stone are you lot, and I mean the creature being probably made of the same kind of stone that the rest of the tower is made of. However, off the back of 24, Jaw's hearing does pick up that the golem is kind of in this direction. Like in a
Which direction?
southeasterly
This
direction. Yeah. So as Draw kind of goes running off into the darkness,
Drool's going to.
he
Oh, there he is.
Yeah. So, Draw kind of, as Draw goes through, he senses this shape looming up towards him.
Drool will attack the shape.
With disadvantage.
Disadvantage. That is a 14.
Okay, so with a 14, as Draw jumps towards and kind of jumps at the leg of this creature, well, it's more like the skirt, the robe of this creature, he just kind of bounces off it as he effectively slams into a stone statue. And that is a miss. Anything else, Draw?
That will be all for Drool.
Okay. Emily. Emily looks looks in your direction here, Ammon. I can't see anything.
Oh dear.
Might use crossbow.
What do you do?
Yeah. I think Emily just going to hold her crossbow very close to her chest and go, I can wait. And yeah, she's going to hold her turn.
Okay. Badger, you've just seen everyone disappear under a veil of darkness, magical darkness.
So I can still hear, right?
Yes.
So, and presumably this golem's stomping about a fair bit. Can I try and figure out where-ish in the room it is so I have some hope of striking out at it?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a perception check.
Okay. So 21.
Okay. So you know it's in kind of this direction. So again, a southeast direction for you.
Okay. So I've got up to 40 feet of movement, so I guess I'll just kind of move in that... I'll just move in that direction up to 40 feet.
So, as you get to here, you sense a large shape near you.
Okay. We are going to attack at disadvantage. I think we're gonna go all unarmed strikes because I don't think a stick's gonna do much. So first attack. 13 to hit.
Okay, so yeah, you sense this large shape in front of you, and as you kind of swing at it tentatively, you just hit air.
Oh, okay then. I'll do it again. Disadvantage. 21 to hit.
Okay, as you close your eyes and focus, you find the mark and you hit something solid using your
Is it
punches.
Balthazar? It's Balthazar. It's a fiery punch.
Okay. Yeah, you hit something. What's the damage?
The damage? Please don't let it be Balthazar. 7 fire damage.
Okay. And
do I hear Balthazar go out?
You do not hear Balthazar. Ooh!
Why don't you like me?
In fact, as from your flaming fists, you get just enough light. Like the light from your fists only illuminates kind of a few inches from your fist, but you see as they connect that you've punched what appears to be a dark stone robe.
Perfect. Okay.
Kind of 10-foot tall statue.
It's gonna. So I can declare a stunning strike now, can't I?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to spend a key point to make a stunning strike against this guy.
Okay,
so
is that Constitution?
That is a con saving throw. Oh gosh, he's conny.
The statue
strong.
doesn't budge.
Doesn't budge. Oh well. So never mind. It was worth a try. So I'm just going to do my bonus attack against him. 11 to hit. It misses.
Okay. And as you swing at kind of where you swung again, where you just swung, it again you hit nothing but air. Anything else, Badger?
Nah, Badger's just feeling a bit embarrassed right now.
Sure. Balthazar.
Balthazar will do what he does. So his first instinct will be to cast light as a cantrip.
Yeah.
See if it works. Does it work?
So as you cast light around you, there is a pulse of kind of white light that rips from your form.
Yeah, and I take damage.
That extends
or light appears.
About a foot in all directions from you.
All right, so I can be seen and targeted. Fantastic.
As you do that, you hear a voice from behind you going, "What are you doing?" And it's Rager's voice from behind you, and it sounds like she can't see what you're doing.
Oh, okay.
So you have your own little bubble of light.
I will cast Shillelagh and move a few steps forward towards the melee. Let's go. That is my turn.
Okay, so Katya, you can hear some confused noises coming from the darkness around you. You can hear Joel, and then you've heard some from Badger, but you cannot see a thing. What do you do?
Well, as you mentioned, hearing is she can do one thing that does rely on ears, and that's throw out a bardic inspiration towards Hiram, I think. So Hiram, have a D8 bardic inspiration.
D8.
Can you see me?
I cannot see you, but you don't have to see.
No, you don't have to.
Nice.
You just have to hear them. So
Yeah.
Well, they have to be able to hear you.
yes.
So yeah.
Good.
So
unfortunately, I don't have any ability to cast haste on you, so this is the next best thing.
yeah.
I'm okay.
Okay. So, Katya, as you play out into the darkness, you hear Hiram. Thank you.
Darkness, no parents.
Anything else, Katya?
My parents is fine. Thank you very much.
That will be all I can do. I think what you might do is spurge up ever so slightly away from the big scary monster.
The noises.
Yes.
Okay. You hear from somewhere else in the room. You hear, I can't see a damn thing, from Raedra. And
thank you for letting us know, Raedra. It's not like we're all in the same position you are, but cool.
There's a as you hear her sword kind of unsheath, and there's a couple of as she swings a sword wildly. Let's do. Yeah, she just kind of swings around a little bit as she staggers through the room. Hiram, what do you do?
Right. So because Balthazar casts light, can I see him?
No.
Okay, that's fine. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna touch my sword. No euphemism, thank you. And cast Daylight, 3rd level.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh.
So it's a 60-foot radius sphere of light spread out from a point you choose within range, which is going to be my sword. The sphere, actually no, it needs to be a point in the map, or can I get away with?
No, so
Point
shine
as
light
in
from
the sword
object.
tip.
Yeah, so you can say it's a sword. Okay, that's absolutely
If you
fine.
choose a point and object, cool. Yeah. So if any of this spell area overlaps with an area of darkness created by a spell of 3rd level or lower, the spell that created the darkness is dispelled.
Nice.
So the question is, what level was Char's domain?
So is it 60 foot?
60-foot radius.
Yeah.
So it's 120 dim, 60 bright. So Hiram, as you kind of close your eyes, and as you kind of pull out Argentus and you place a hand along its blade and you concentrate, as you begin to open your eyes, you can see the blade of the Argentus beginning to glow. The glow seems to expand past your hand, and out the corner of your eye, you can see Emily. And as you focus a bit harder, suddenly the darkness booms and it just peels away, and this dark stone statue turns to look at you as you disperse the Shah's darkness.
Oh, excellent.
Nice.
Okay, so
So,
what do you do now?
well, I still have movement, so I think what's going to happen is, first of all, I'm going to hold my shiny, shiny sword, look at this thing and say, "Hey, ugly, this way," and start running towards here.
Okay.
We're bringing closer.
Okay. Right. Anything else here, Ram?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay. So as light fills the room, you hear Zumbo shout out, "You could have warned us before you turned the lights on!" He shouts. And he just kind of... Oh, sorry, I forgot the Stone Golem wandered away, didn't he? So, off the back of last turn, as he wandered away, there is a boom, as Zumbo does... -5. Okay.
Nice.
Zumbo dashes in and Hiya! Takes a swing. Bink! And the rapier just scratches the stonework, and then he nope as he backs away again. The stone golem looks to you, Hiram, as specifically looks at the light emanating from Argentus, and there's a heavy thuds as it looms up towards you. Drool and Badger get opportunity attacks if you so wish.
Thank you.
After you, Badger first.
Thanks you. It's normal now, isn't it?
Yeah.
18.
That's a hit.
10 fiery damage.
Okay, so you scorch the stonework as it goes past you, and Drool.
Drool 19.
Don't break
Is
it
a
too.
hit.
9 piercing damage, and Fig can make a strength save, please.
Yep. Okay, so as it walks away from Badger, Hiram, as it gets to you, Drool kind of effectively bites the leg of the statue. The bite itself doesn't seem to do anything, as Drool just like his mouth just slobbers off the side, but he does manage to trip it up, and the statue teeters and kind of collapses to the ground in front of you. It's hang on. So it's gone 15.
It wasn't so much the bite and pulling; it was the amount of dribble coming off, and it
Yes.
slipped.
So yeah, the statue teeters and it collapses in front of you. You see it kind of look up to you, and then with one fist, it swings at you from the floor with disadvantage as it is grounded. 16
does not hit.
So you dodge out of its first attack. As it lands on the fist it just swung with, it swings with its other hand at you. So 16 to hit.
Miss it.
Okay, so you jump out the way from the prone golem. And you see the golem's eyes kind of light up purple again. And it's just on the ground. Renna. Help! She dodges over in the corner. Slate giant octopus.
Oh yeah. Let's go 10 foot towards it. Oh, actually, no, should I dash? I can dash as an octopus. Well, squibble, I guess. I'm going to squibble over. Oh, no, not there. Wait.
Actually, you might be able to get to it without dashing.
Yeah, if you only go 10 feet, you might have reach.
Yeah.
But
is that right?
Dash,
Yeah.
you kind of can dogpile it on your own.
So
You have enough legs.
I like that. Can I dash and then squidge over? Well, wait, let's put it so we can actually see it.
Are you trying to grapple the statue? Is that what you're saying?
And the floor. With my tentacles. They have suckers on them, which would mean they are sticking to the ground.
Okay. So you're pinning it down.
Yeah.
You're trying to pin it down. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Balthazar's also glowing now. You can see Balthazar's light. I am going to ask for a grapple check. So that's a strength. That's an athletics check from you, Slate Giant Octopus.
Athletics from me, Slate Giant Octopus. It's a 12.
Versus...
Oh.
Okay, so you you sucker onto the back of the golem, and the golem just seems to be able to push up regardless. So you're currently stuck to his back, but you're stuck to him. He's not. Cool. Anything else?
No. I'm gonna keep on there.
Drool.
Drool takes a step forward. Head down. For 18 versus his armor class.
That is a hit.
He deals 13 damage, and then another 6 force damage.
Okay, so as Drool slams against it, it doesn't seem to do anything, but as a magical ball envelops Drawl's front, the force damage seems to crack and chip the side of the giant for 6 damage. Okay.
Nice.
Does he skid slightly this way? Just.
Screet. Yep. Okay. Anything else, Drawl?
He'll howl happily.
Okay. Emily. Emily can now see.
Emily is very happy about this, and she is going to take aim. If I want to if she wants to focus on a specific part, I would roll with disadvantage, right?
Yeah, it'd be a hard disadvantage. I mean, it's prone, so you already have disadvantage, so aiming will cancel that out.
Okay. Well, first things first, as per usual.
Okay, so
helpful.
Emily is helpful.
Yep. And yeah, she's gonna try to not hit a slate. But she's not gonna aim for anything specific. Okay, let's do this. 18.
That's a hit. Yes.
Excellent. That is 6 damage.
So Emily takes aim, fires a crossbow bolt, and it lands true, like hitting the side of the golem's head, and the bolt just ricochets off.
Okay, and because helpful was cast before the attack, I get to do the 2d6 now.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, 2.
So yeah, the bolt just kind of flicks away. There's a scuff mark, but there seems to be no damage done to the golem.
Wow.
Damn.
It's immune to piercing.
Anything else, Emily?
Nope.
Okay, Badger. The golem is on the floor.
Yes, it is. Great. Here, is that 10 feet away from it?
Yep.
Yes. Right. So it's time to begin beating down on this golem. Is this an advantage?
Bear in mind, if you're 10 feet away, you actually get disadvantage because it's a ranged attack.
Fine. I'm gonna beat directly on him then.
Okay, go.
So
and you'll get advantage on all these.
Advantage. Okay. So it's 17.
That's a hit.
For 11 fiery damage.
11, okay.
And then it's a 27.
That's
for
a hit.
7, and I'm going to try and stun. Shall I try and stun him, strike him one more time? It's worth another go, but
On
then
the second one, yeah.
if it doesn't work, might.
Okay, so as you
as well.
throw your two, as you
It's
throw
a
hands.
numbers game.
It's a numbers game, exactly. Never mind. We tried.
He rolls a 20. So,
Yes, so he does. Let me just mark that on my character sheet that I've used another key point. That's great. No, I did not need to do that. Okay. So that was my first 2 attacks. So and I've just stunning strike. But then again, I do need to flurry of blows this guy because he's down. So I'm also going to spend a key point to do 2 more unarmed strikes at advantage. So that the first one.
You throw hands and feet.
Hands and feet. It's a 26 to hit for 10 fiery damage.
Yeah.
Then it's a 20 to hit for 11 fiery damage.
Okay.
Okay.
So what's that? 21, 28. 39 damage. Not bad. It's alright.
Alright, thanks.
Okay, so, Badger, as this thing's prone and you can just kind of strike at weak points, you just start pummeling it. And, like, the fire just scorches the side of the stone quite badly. And, like, your impacts seem to be cracking the exterior. Anything else?
That is it.
Balthazar.
Balthazar will extend his staff forward, and a bell noise will reverberate in the room. And does it hold the dead? Need a DC 16 Wisdom save from the golem, please.
Boom.
What is it with wisdom? Is it wise? It is wise. Oh dear.
It is wise. As you cast a spell and the magic starts to envelop it, you notice it seems to be almost resistant to your spell.
Okay. Happy days. That is my turn.
Okay. Catcher. Drawl has tripped over its statue.
Firstly, Catcher sort of watching the fight from a distance. She's like, "Swords and arrows aren't working. Smack the shit out of it." and she attempts to disrupt its thoughts, if it has them.
Is it smarts?
It will take a intelligence save. It, with its hearty -4, it fails.
Wow.
So it should take... Is that 2d6? Yep, so it should take 6 psychic damage.
And you realise it seems to be utterly unaffected.
That's fine. Is it also still affected by the 1d4 and its saving throws?
It will be, yes. So
awesome.
If you
At least
remind me,
that's
I'll
what I was
forget.
after. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Raedra, like, as all these lights suddenly turn on, she blinks a few times and then she looks up and there you are, she says.
Oh, that's me. No.
She rushes forward and yelling, "For Cormyr!" She swings her greatsword once. That's a hit. She'll do it again just in case I get a crit. She does not. And then she does it again. And you watch as this greatsword like it shimmers in your combined lights and it bounces off 2 times.
What did I just say, Raedra?
And she looks up, like, looks at her sword. She looks at her sword for a moment as if out of confusion. And Hiram, as you look across from her, it's like she's not used. Like, the sword that this isn't her sword. Her blade, once upon a time, would have been the royal blade of Cormyr. Like the monarch's blade, which was inherently magical. And this is just a sword. And she looks up. She looks to you, Hiram. And at the end of her turn, she gives you a firm nod and allows you to make an attack roll.
Excellent.
With advantage.
Nice. And I think what Hiram is going to do is take Argentus and stab it into the eye, one of the eyes of the golem.
Sure.
Nice.
For all intents and purposes, because it's your turn now, take your turn as normal, and then you'll get another attack at the end of it once all said.
Okay. So first attack is going into the right eye.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, I rolled with an advantage.
That's fine. That's a hit.
17, and if it hits, what it's going to do is stab into it and do a divine smite.
Okay.
Second level, which is 3d8. So it's 15 radiant damage and 17 slashing damage, which I assume is not going to do anything.
So you plunge Argentus into the eye. The tip of the blade hits the eye and doesn't move for a second, but then as the radiant light kind of bursts from the blade, it slides into the eye and shatters it. So it will take 15 radiant.
Awesome. Oh, I'm going through my
And
stats really quickly.
Roars as you blind one of its eyes.
And then, for my second attack, I'm going to do the same thing, but with the other eye.
Yeah. You get advantage again.
Excellent.
That'll do it.
But it's a perfectly symmetrical violence.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm doing damage there. Oh, I'm going to use up my last second level spell slot to do the same. That's 15 again.
Another 15, okay. So you jam Argentus into one eye, you foot on the statue's forehead, pull it free and jab into the other eye, and the other eye shatters as well.
Right. So that was my turn. And then I get the command ally attack, right?
Yes, yeah. So you've realised that the creature doesn't seem to react to mundane weapon strikes, but it does seem to react to magical damage.
Yeah, no, I'm gathering that.
Yeah.
So I think what's gonna happen is I'm gonna do the same. Aim for the mouth. Still advantage?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, 25.
That's it.
And I'm gonna use up my last third level spell slot.
Uh-huh.
For a 48 damage, which is 26. radiant damage.
Holy moly. Okay. So as you jab Argentus into the mouth, and under the radiant energy, the stone seems to kind of slip away like it's much softer than it has any right to be. And the sword kind of bursts from the back of the statue's cowl, the hood, and as you pull it free, kind of makes a loud groaning noise. It looks sufficiently beat up. Anything else here, Ab?
No, I think that's plenty. I think the only thing he's going to do is shout at everyone like, if anyone can make my sword more magical, that would be amazing right now.
You, as that happens, what's he going to do? He's really slow, isn't he?
He's only little.
He's only little, bless him. So, Zumbo runs in, skirts behind you, Balthazar, kind of up next to Raedra, and as he runs, he swings his rapier at the golem, and he shouts as he hits. But it's not that really matters. It's this bit, and then he skips away. So the golem takes 8 thunder damage. Sorry, 7 thunder damage. And yeah, Zumbo shouts to you here. Yeah, keep him down. I got this, he says. The stone golem rights itself and just kind of looms over you all. And like,
does that mean I'm now also on the golem, like the golem's back still?
You are now 10 feet in the air on the back of the golem. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. As Hiram's just plunged Argentus through the back of the golem's head. Slate, you've just watched his blade tip kind of emerge and stop just before your like between your eyes, and as it gets pulled back. But yeah, the golem looks to you, Hiram, and you almost hear the magic inside of it begin to charge up, and there's like another kind of feeling, but the eyes just like you see lights where the cracked crystals in its eyes were, and it just doesn't seem to work, and it stands as if it doesn't really understand what's happening.
Nice.
And then it growls. And it brings one hand up and...
Oh, that hit for sure.
It brings a stony fist down and crits you for 31 damage.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Ow.
I mean, I'm still fine, but oh, wow.
Ow.
And as it pegs you into the ground, it looks up and it sees you, Badger, and swings its other fist out in your direction for 25 to hit.
It's a hit, yeah.
For 20 bludgeoning.
Ooh, ouch.
Hey.
And you are kind of knocked 5 foot away from it.
Okay.
As it clubs you. And it just kind of looks around. It's, as far as it's concerned, it's hit Hiram, it's hit Badger, and you see it turns to face. It doesn't seem to be aware that there's an octopus on its back, but it turns to face you, Balthazar and Raedra. Rena in the corner, and she dodges. Slate, you're stuck to the back of this thing. What do you do?
So 10 feet up. How far away are the chains?
So they're probably like another 10 feet up.
Ah, crap. Okay.
Why? What were you thinking?
I wanted to try and reach. I've got 15 reach, haven't I? I'd like to try and reach out to them, grab them, and try and pull them off to try and wrap around the golem.
Okay. Give me a straight strength check.
Well.
So if you just click on strength and then do the
ability check.
That's
a normal 18.
That's good enough. So you reach up with 2 of your tentacles, and there's the sound of metal creaking, and you manage to pull the chains down from the ceiling.
Nice.
If you want to grapple him, you can have advantage on the check.
Oh, brilliant! Thank you. I will and do. Yes, please.
Okay. So if you do acrobatics, an athletics.
Athletics. Oh wait! Oh, I don't need an advantage. That's fine.
Oh, it rolled a crit fail.
Nice.
That's beautiful.
As you get rotated round on the back of this golem, you see it as it turns towards Raedra and Balthazar, and it goes to take a step forward, and as it brings its arm back, you manage to loop the chain over its arm and kind of give it a tug, and it kind of pulls and gets tangled up, and it starts spinning on the spot to try and see what's happening to it. But yeah, it's now grappled. Its movement is down to 0.
Excellent.
Cool. Drool.
Do I get advantage on it because it's grappled?
No. Yeah, if it's restrained, yeah.
In that case, Drool's going to run up to it and throw his weight at it for critical,
Nice.
which doesn't do anything for damage, even though it's a F ton of damage.
Aww.
But last charge of the Stag's Dead's collar.
I'll let you double that.
Nice, thank you.
So if you do another 2d10.
2d10. 10.
Okay, so it takes 19 force damage as Drool slams into it, and so Slate, as you pull its arm back with one part of the chain, you manage to loop the chain between its legs, and as Drool slams into its side, the legs get caught around this chain as you pull tight, and it once again is knocked back and
Hog tie.
Does hitting the pillar do anything to it?
It crushes the pillar.
Awesome.
Nice.
Oh boy.
Destroy the rituals.
And Slate, you're just kind of hanging onto the side of it as it rolls around. So at least you're not 10 foot in the air anymore. Cool. Anything else, Drool?
Lolls a tongue out and gives a happy little fart.
Okay. Badger, the finger's on the ground again. What a statue. What did it ever do to you, eh?
I mean,
I
could name a couple of things. Just gonna
Yeah.
wail on it.
Okay.
Advantage?
Avantage.
16.
That's actually a miss.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, you
Bit
excited?
Too
You sit
excited.
on some drool.
Let's try that again. Second attack
That's a
is
hit.
25
Nice.
for 7 fiery damage,
Okay.
and then all I'm going to do is my little bonus unarmed attack. Bring a knee in, I miss.
Okay, so
Never
as
mind.
you have to pull your punches because there's a panicking giant octopus just
Yeah.
crawling all over it.
Slate! I can't get a good. Slate, stop wiggling.
Balthazar.
Balthazar will go forward with the shillelagh and strike,
Yeah.
but also casting Green Flame Blade at the same time. Oh wait,
Ooh.
is that not a roll? That's
Do
not a
your-
roll. Is this a roll?
Hang on. There you go. That's a hit. You don't even
Is
need
that
the
all?
advantage.
Ba-boom.
Yeah. Okay, that's a
okay.
hit, and it is. Let's see if this is gonna work. 2d8 plus 8. 21.
Oh.
Is that all of the? Okay.
It's Green Flame Blade damage, so it's extra d8.
Uh-huh.
Plus the shillelagh, which is a d8. And then I get the wisdom of the shillelagh, the hit, and then I get, at 8th level, I get potent cantrips, so I add my wisdom damage to that as well. So that's 2d8
Right.
plus 8.
Okay, so the 21 damage is just a green flame blade shillelagh.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
What a
Defense
thing.
zone.
as you run
Blue
up.
green flame erupts from the quarterstaff.
So
It
yeah,
falls
as
down.
blue flame blade, blue green flame blade,
Blade.
like
Sorry.
flames erupt from the staff. As you bring it down on the knee of the golem as it kind of rolls around trying to get this octopus off it, there is a almost thunderous crack as you strike it across the knee, and the knee just shatters, and its lower right leg detaches from the body.
Cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's my turn.
Great.
The creature seems unaware, but Katya, what do you do?
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. There is not a lot I can do. As a question, Dan, my moon touched short sword isn't magical in the sense of damage, but it's magical, right?
It's common, but it is magical.
Catcher at that point, it's like watching everyone finally dogpiling it. She's like, she runs in, draws the
Everyone's getting in.
draws the moon touch short sword. She's like, ah!
So advantage.
19
That's a hit.
for
Nice.
8
Nice.
magical piercing damage.
Okay, and you and like as it brings a hand up, you swing the sword and it hits the wrist, and there's a crack. And as the arm kind of continues, the crack works its way through the wrist, and the hand just flies off into the distance under its own weight.
Also, I'm now casting a lot of moonlight as well.
Yeah, it's fine. Next to Hiram. It's fine.
She's like, woo!
Raedra, she kind of takes a step back and then just looks to you, Hiram. After you, Master Silver Sword, she
Oh,
says.
I just said I don't have any more magic left. Oh, sorry. And I am going to just hit it whenever there is no slate.
Yeah.
Is your sword not magical?
Silvered.
Argentis is not magical, no.
No,
Oh, okay.
I wish it was.
You could try grappling it as well to prevent it from getting up.
I was about to say,
I
would
could,
just like
but also-
punching it help? Because then it's
Hold on. So that's 22, does it hit?
That hits.
Okay, so here is gonna sigh and like fine and cast Divine Smite again, first level.
Okay.
Oh,
28, 11 radiant
So-
damage.
Hiram, as Raedra looks to you expectantly, as you know, with this glowing sword in your hands, tell me how this happens.
Hiram grabs Argentis, strikes down, and I assume that Golem sort of fills up with light as the radiant damage goes into the cracks and basically
Nice.
destroys it from the inside.
Okay, so Slate, you manage to kind of roll out the way as the blade goes into its midriff, and through the cracks of the stone, you see this silvery kind of white light begin to glow until it kind of spreads out until it emerges from its mouth and then its eyes, and like the creature just roars as whatever's happening inside it happens. And it looks up to you, Hiram, and then with its stump of a hand, reaches for you and stops inches
Can I
from your
kick
face.
that arm?
Sorry?
Can I kick that arm?
As you kick the arm, it breaks at the elbow, and the lower arm lands at Katya's feet. And the golem becomes inert once again.
Yay!
Whew. Well, I'm done for today.
That was the most exciting 18 seconds, wasn't it? And as the golem goes, becomes still, there is a boom, 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 as the 4 crystals relight, and you hear a ka-doom as one door unlocks, and then a second ka-doom as the second unlocks.
Ooh.
And as you kind of stop to take a breath and dust yourselves down, wiping the golem dust off you, let's grab a 10-minute break.
Okie dokie.
Sweet.
See you in 10.
Guys.
See you in 10. Hello, Hiram Silversword here. For every one of you who likes and subscribes, we can donate towards the Emily Fund. This will help us buy her better armor, put her through the academy, and pay for bail if and when needed. Please think of Emily. Like, subscribe. Please.
Welcome back, everybody. Hello. That was an
Hello.
eventful start to proceedings, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Right. So, as you all stand around the now motionless form of this Netherese stone golem, you've just heard in the top of this Netherese tower. You've just heard two heavy thunks from the doors to the north and south of the room. Gently, tenderly, Renna creeps out from her little hidey spot and. Is it safe to come out? She says.
It is, yes.
And she nods. That was very impressive what you did.
All part of being an adventurer, I suppose.
She smiles and oh, maybe I'll be an adventurer one day. That would be exciting, wouldn't it? Oh.
In Slate's head, they're thinking, yeah, I mean, you kind of have to get involved if you're going to do that, but obviously that's not coming out. All you're seeing is just kind of like a wobbling kind of octopus.
Yeah.
Probably looks quite encouraging.
Yes. Yeah. Renna looks at you and yeah, smiles and nods emphatically. What do you do in the immediate aftermath of the combat, of the fight?
Balthazar will cast not detect magic as a spell slot. Just go. All right, here we go.
Okay. I mean, well, I think Hiram wanted to call a 10-minute, a little breather, so you'll have time to do it as a ritual.
Okay.
What's the plan for this 10 minutes, Hiram? Is it just literally to have a little sit down?
Doesn't have to be like a 10-minute break. Wait, no, you're casting magic. It just heal, please, someone. Anyone? And as I say this, I realize like, oh wait a second, lay on hands.
Okay. So if you've got any healing or whatnot, feel free to start patching yourselves up. But yeah, Balthazar, as you cast detect magic, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you, eh?
We're not having a short rest, though, are we, Dan?
No, unfortunately not.
Yeah, sorry. Forget that.
Be gone with you, Song of Rest. So 30 feet is basically the room that you are in.
We don't have to scan through the whole room. Is there anything that might be of particular interest in this room?
You notice that the crystals in the four kind of corners of the room, quote unquote, emanate. What sort of magic are they emanating?
Abjuration.
They emanate evocation.
Evocation.
And as you look at them, you realize, the evocation is clearly the light that emanates from them. It seems more kind of potent than the light that you might normally cast, almost as if it could cut through magical darkness.
Ooh.
Separately, there is passive, effectively passive magic emanating from the skulls and the crystals either side. They just seem to be more kind of like magic attenuators, if you will, just to kind of store magic, increase the flow of magic around you.
And no specific item.
Sorry?
No specific items in the room draw my attention.
You do notice that in one of the urns there is a slight glow.
Peer inside.
Inside, you can see kind of near the top of the urns are a number of vials. And looking at those, they give off a sense of evocation. There are 3 potions in total.
Okay. I will take them and I'll give them to Katya. Here.
Thank you, here.
Okay.
Thank you, Balthazar.
So, looking at the 3 potions, I mean, you can give me a... Arcana. Anyone can do an Arcana check to see if they know what they might be.
Is my Arcana good? It should be good. Yeah, it's alright.
Oh.
Normal. Plus D4. Yeah, okay.
Plus D4. Okay, so 25.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, why 2D4? Hold on, let me reroll that. That was... Okay.
23.
23.
Okay, so
Nice.
with a roll of 23, you realize that these are
Fire breathing potions. Water breathing potions. Probably unlikely in the Wizard Tower, though.
these
Useful,
3 potions are potions of greater healing.
Oh.
There is a red glimmering liquid that sloshes around on the inside. So
Wow.
I will.
So Catcher may distribute those as she sees fit.
Yeah, Catcher, are you keeping them for yourself or are you?
No. She will dish one out, obviously, to Hiram, one to Badger.
Yeah.
Hiram,
are you immediately drinking your potion of greater healing?
Before that happens, I do have 2 potions of healing already on me.
Okay.
Oh. Well,
I think I'm gonna use one of those if you want to give it to someone else instead.
Potion of healing's not that
That's true.
potent.
That's true.
You might want to go with the greater.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I think what she'll do to make, because she's a bit beat up here as well. So one to Badger, one to Hiram.
Thank you.
And I think she'll possibly chug the last one herself.
Okay.
You know what? Yeah, I'm also gonna chug
So
mine.
bonk, bonk, and then one to Badger. Bonk. So you should all have potions in your inventories.
Oh,
Oh, thanks.
4D4 plus 4. Nice, that's pretty good.
Okay.
Oh, I've actually got potions of healings as well. I've got 2 of them.
So
But potion of
Right.
greater.
as you all quaff your potions, check you out with your high rolls.
Yeah.
15.
So as you get
That's good.
16, 18, and 15 healing respectively, you take a swig and you feel this kind of warmth radiate from your stomach. The 3 of you kind of double over, and as this kind of pain in your stomach begins to grow, but it quickly
Ooh.
dissipates, and you
Oh, good.
kind of feel all right.
That sounds great.
Well, I mean, these are decade old potions, but yeah, there you go. So, with that in mind, what's the next port of call? What are you lot doing?
All right, we need to go.
As you all start to set off, kind of Raedra kind of walks among you and looks to you, Hiram, and are you okay? You took a heavy blow back there.
Oh yeah, I've had worse. It's fine. Also, and he holds up an empty flask of a potion of greater healing. Like, these are really, really good.
I'm sure, she says with a smirk. And yeah, as Slate kind of follows up from behind, in front of you is the door, Badger, that you tried to open only 10 minutes and 18 seconds ago.
Yeah. Okay, so Badger is going to say, I've learned that perhaps I need to be a little bit more careful in my investigations in this place. I'm going to need somebody to help me in future, make sure that things are safe before I touch them. And she kind of looks and says, "Is anybody feel they could help me with that?"
Yeah, I can help you with that one.
Thank you, Katya.
And Balthazar, you're still detecting magic, aren't you?
Yeah, sure.
So let's give you a radioactive sign, just so I remember. Okay, so Catcher, in front of you is a large kind of obsidian-like, almost like a black glassy stone-like door with seams and runes of purple running across its surface. Hang on. I'm gonna have to kick Craig.
Oh no.
I was just looking at Emily like, what's Emily casting? It looks so cool. Some like what is it called? Morse magic. Wait, the magic meteorite one. I was like, whoa! And then I realized it was just a chandelier.
Oh.
I mean, if Emily had that kind of ability,
Yeah, we would be dead.
Why?
And I am unto a destroyer of worlds.
Why is Craig waiting?
But not after your curfew.
Shame most of this stuff's about to be cut because Dan's working on something.
There we go. Right, Craig's back. Cool. So yes, Katja, in front of you, the door itself is very similar to the one you came in through. It's made of a kind of a glassy black stone, interlaced with seams and runes of purple. Beg my pardon. It's the symbols themselves aren't Netherese script in any way, shape, or form, because they're not kind of reforming as you look at them. They just seem to be purely decorative.
Okay. You already touched the door, didn't you, Badger?
Yes. Yes, I did. I wonder if this one's been diffused.
Balthazar, as an aside, as you look at the door, you notice that it's the magic glow coming off it is nothing but residual. So whatever was put on it has dissipated.
Gotcha.
As an aside, as you kind of look around the group as well, you notice that there seems to be a swelling of energy, of magical energy, kind of within the center of the room. Something that almost seems to be powering up.
Ooh.
Like the environmental magic appears to be growing.
Gotcha. I will tell them that the door is a magic, and I will also be casting Aid at 5th level.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 on myself, Hiram, and Badger.
So,
get 20 hit points each.
Lovely.
What?
Yeah.
What?
So is that temp?
That's your maximum hit point increases by 20
Are you
for 8
kidding?
hours. Yeah.
Are you kidding
Wow.
me? That's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
So yourself, Badger, and Hiram?
Yeah.
Okay. Hiram still has Bardic Inspiration for what it's worth. Cool. So
I have.
Does it just increase my hit point max, but all my hit points as well?
Hit points as well.
Yeah, you get 20 hit points as well.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay, so
I have nearly 100 hit points now.
Catcher.
100 HP,
Machines.
21. Let's go.
Hearing that it's residual, Catcher taps the door handle to make sure it's not hot.
It's not hot.
And then opens it.
Hey.
And as you swing the door open, you get hit by a blast of... I feel like the bottom of the sea would smell kind of salty. Salty, damp, briny, wet, almost kind of rotten, if you will. And that smell kind of washes over you. And looking ahead, you see kind of a 10, 15 foot wide curved bridge stretch out in front of you, curving ever so slightly to the right, spotted with a number of glowing purple crystalline lights jutting from kind of arms, if you will, like little struts, that connects to a second tower.
Balthazar, not that I'm trying to push you into danger, but do you mind taking a step out the door and see if there's anything magical about those towers? Try not to cross them.
Yeah, sure. Detecting magic-y.
So as you look out, each of the crystals emanates a a magical glow, which you would expect. The door up ahead has a similar kind of residual magic-y energy to the door you've just gone through, so it looks like it is a magical door, but it's deactivated for all intents and purposes. As you step out, so as you step out and kind of, we'll zoom out so you can take a look. You can see the extent of this bubble that extends over. It's almost kind of pill, like capsule-sized in capsule-shaped, kind of encompassing these two towers. The one you're heading to appears to be a smaller, almost like an auxiliary tower, but they both reach down to the ground. The second tower you're walking to, however, is shorter because the base of it appears to be built almost on like a hill or a mound that you can see down below. To your right, coming from a lower level on this second tower, you see a second bridge similar to the one that you are currently standing on, but approximately 40 feet below you and some considerable distance away. As you look around, all the lights are glowing. The doors are ever so slightly glowing. Beyond that, the only other kind of glow you can see is it seems to be almost like an environmental build-up in the primary tower, and you can see that through the open door.
Sambo, can you check if there's a mechanical trap? I don't think there's anything magic. That's Balthazar addressing Zumbo. Oh god. What is that noise?
That's a fun bus. Fun bus rolls into town. So yeah, Balthazar, you can see that there's a second tower in front of you.
Sure. Yeah, but I'm asking Zumbo to check if it's
Zumbo
trap.
Yeah, absolutely. So Zumbo, out the way, lad, he says. And he kind of has a little look around, and he all right.
Watch this.
And he looks at it, and like you see his fingers are just kind of about half an inch from the door surface, and he's kind of getting up close, and he kind of like looks at, he gets his face up, and he's like peering at it with his one good eye, and then he kind of looks to you and like turns away ever so slightly, and you see him pull down his kind of face covering, and you hear him take a sniff, and then you see him wipe a finger. Salty. And it's fine.
Right, do you want to open
it? He looks at you and maybe why don't I leave you the honors?
Okay, sure. Hope nothing's bad behind it.
As you open the door, you feel a pulse of energy coming from the main tower, and like it feels like you've been hit by a tide, like a sea tide, and you kind of stagger a bit. Hiram, you see Emily stumble, and you have to reach across her as she kind of bumps up against the side of the bridge, and as you look down, it's a frightening distance to the ground. And as you kind of look at each other, Balthazar, you look around to see what's happened. You see bubbles kind of rising up through the wall of water all around you, and the bubbles become more and more numerous and more violent.
Oh, maybe let's move. Maybe let's move quick.
You watch as you can see creatures that they've just been swimming around in the waters around you. They seem to almost kind of be fleeing away from the towers, and there's a rumbling. And like as you steady yourselves, you turn, look, and watch as the wall of water
Face
around
water.
you begins pushing backwards.
Oh no.
And widening.
Oh.
And
no.
you see kind of the water frothing and churning as it's being forced and pushed back. But then as you turn and look, you notice that the roof of water above your head also seems to be pushing upwards. Just the whole thing seems to be expanding, creating a larger and larger bubble as it grows and grows.
Oh wow.
And I'm going to put it out here. Absolutely, we would not stay there to watch all of this. The second the bubbles happen, we run.
Okay, so
thank you for the fantastic description. It was very cool.
You
but
are more than welcome.
Ain't no way we are staying for this.
Cool. So in that case, Balthazar, as you open the door, you're hit by a dusty. Well, actually, you're not because you're Balthazar.
Hot smell.
As everyone else walks in, you're hit with this dusty smell, and it smells like an old library. And Balthazar, as you look around, you see a smaller circular room, perhaps only 50 feet across, give or take. But it is. There are 4 L-shaped bookcases, which around the room, and you can see a spiral staircase in the center of the room heading
Any
down.
sort of dangerous magical signals I get?
So the chandeliers overhead, there is a blue flame, like an indigo flame coming off those, which, I mean, again, they're magical. We'll move Slate in. We'll move.
Just anything dangerous, basically, is what I'm looking out for.
So detect magic, presence of magic within 30 feet of you. Nothing seems magical in here, apart from the light fixtures.
Gotcha.
Actually, sorry. There would be layers of kind of light abjuration across all the books, which seem to be kind of almost preventative protection spells to keep them in place. But yeah, so as you all filter in, Badger, are you standing outside?
Hanging around at the back while everybody else went in, just kind of looking around at this expanding dome of kind of air around us, forcing the water back. And I just kind of wanted to try and figure out what's happening here. Like, is the magic around the tower reacting to our movement and the fact that, you know, we're here, or could it be something else? Is it protective? Is it, I don't know, just sort of using her kind of, I guess, her wisdom to try and figure out what kind of event this is.
So, the fact that Balthazar, did you share the fact that you saw the magic growing in the main tower?
Sure.
Okay. So, Badger, as you kind of dwell on what Balthazar was saying, there was magic surging back there. As you watched the water kind of being forced away from the towers, almost like the domain around this tower expanding. The only way you can kind of describe it to yourself is that the tower's almost coming alive.
Right.
Catcher plonks her hand on Badger's shoulder. Like, I think it's about to go airborne.
Oh dear. We must hurry. We need to find what we came here for.
Okay.
Seeing as the Netherese didn't know this place was down here, I'm wondering if maybe we've initiated whatever they were planning to do.
So,
Balthazar, being in a library, will be very excited to see what kind of books they have.
Sure.
He's peering at all the bookcases and scrolls and going, "Oh, they have A, B, that's well, that."
So, Balthazar, as you go around looking at all, like, the books, as an archivist, this is your heaven. This is your haven right here.
Yeah.
And as you excitedly grab a few of the books off the shelves and kind of look at them, it dawns on you that they're all written in ancient Netherese.
Oh, don't read this.
If you need anything translated, I think I can still do it.
Is there any book that seems to have particular attention placed on it, or has been read either recently or read many times, or
So up here, because you've kind of already done a lap of the room by the looks of it. So here it seems just to be a relatively well kept library. Again, where maybe the abjuration spells kept all the books on the bookshelves when this thing crashed into the sea. It's up here it's just dusty. There are cobwebs, but no, everything's kind of in order.
Okay, Balthazar will just grab a few that seem interesting.
Okay.
Should we go down?
Zumbo looks at you and, well, you're the expert, ain't you? So, why don't you go down, Balthazar?
Oh, I guess. All right. Just because I can't breathe.
So,
Question.
Answer.
There, is there a person dead under something?
So Hiram, as everyone's kind of wandering around, Hiram, you become fixated by what appears to be a table, which instead of table legs, appears to have sculpted baby arms.
Ooh.
Like sculpted arms almost, holding it up.
Why?
And it's just there's something deeply unnerving about this.
Oh my god, there's a hand. Oh no.
Yeah, there's also a hat. Oh, ew.
Oh.
On the hand, you can see that there are arcane sigils. It's just a statuette of a hand with arcane sigils carved into the palm, again in this kind of draconic language.
These people are freaky.
Yes. As that happens, Zumbo follows you down, as does Phaedra and Rena. I keep on getting teleported, so I have to come back up. So yes, the entrance to the says down the bottom. So Emily will also join you. Slate, are you joining the fiesta?
I would like to give up on being an octopus now.
Ooh.
It served its time.
Okay, so as you turn into Zumbo. No,
that's fine.
Okay, so as you revert to Slate state, you see kind of Emily disappear down the staircase.
Does Raedra know you're a changeling yet?
Raedra already went downstairs, so
We're just cool with it. She's seen strange stuff.
That's a good point. Raedra probably thinks you're Chiron under it all. Chiron in Arsemba. So do you want to be Chiron Slate or?
No, I think Slate will happily be Slate, especially actually if Raedra doesn't know who it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize I had bad hit points. Oh well. Yeah, I will look around. So there's books of note. There's a spiral staircase of note. What is not being looked at? Is there anything to the south?
Balthazar's kind of done a lap of this place, and there's just a lot of Netherese tomes.
What's this thing?
That is on the southwestern wall is another statue of a hooded, bearded man, very similar to the one from the tower you were just in, although this one's smaller. And there's
is it possible to push it over?
Yeah.
Just in case.
With enough oomph, and the statue makes a thud. Everyone downstairs, you hear a boom from upstairs.
What was that?
Don't worry, everyone. I've saved you all.
As the dust billows up, the only thing left kind of in that direction is a number of kind of flower pots of very dead, 10 years dead plants.
Are they plants that were plants that were there before it crashed and just?
It would seem so. Yeah, they've not kept up with their watering since this place crashed into the sea. weirdly. Okay, so anything else? Balthazar's kind of done the rounds up here. So anything else, Slate?
Head down. Head the hell down.
Okay, yeah, if you hit the stairs. Where Emily's.
Boom, buh.
And then head out. There we go. So, as the others join you, let's pull you out. Let's pull Runner out. So, as you emerge into this kind of southern area, so the spiral staircase goes some considerable distance, a good 40 feet, and it's even though the stairs feel extremely kind of claustrophobic. It's very dark, and you almost have to kind of use each other as a guide as you make your way down. You know, using your hands to feel the curvature of the wall as you go around, and your echoes just kind of reverberate deeper and deeper the lower you go.
Quick question, Dan.
Yes.
Daylight lasts for an hour. Is it still on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, and you can just see right now. So yeah. So yeah, the Hiram being the torch that he is. So let's turn that back on. Why not? It looks pretty. Boop. So you notice that down here, there's much more kind of chaos and disarray down here. You see one of the bookshelves is completely toppled over. There are books strewn across the floor, as well as other bits of debris and mess. And yeah, Balthazar, like, you can see that there are some there's a couple of tables where books are kind of open. It looks like someone's been frantically looking through them, and then kind of stopped. Yeah, this place is just significantly more chaotic. Everything kind of emanates around 4+ shaped bookcases in the center of the room, and then there's 8 additional bookcases around the outside of the room, so one of which has been toppled.
I'll be stealing some more books.
Okay. As you start from bottom. Hiram, what are you doing?
Hiram is walking around seeing if anyone needs the torch, basically.
Okay, no worries.
In that case, I'm gonna stand with Zombo, because he doesn't have a license at the moment, does he?
Zombo looks like he's happily wandering around, unfazed by the darkness, just kind of looking about.
Stand by anyone that's got light.
You notice that Betty's on the top of his head, like on his hat, just kind of almost like a periscope. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you can see some darkness as you're. So Hiram, what do? You just kind of follow him around?
Yeah, just wandering around, occasionally poking things.
Okay. Katya.
Katya's going to actually have a look at the instrument on the top here.
Okay. As you peer up, there in fact appears to be a lute of some description. It's covered in a fine dust. The wood that the lute is made from it's almost like a deep, dark, black mahogany.
She gives it a little bum 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 bum, like tuning it as she sort of ding ring ring.
It sounds. Yeah, it's even though it's clear it's been here for a while, but it tunes up surprisingly well.
She'll keep a hold of that one and just pluck it as she wanders around, like just looking, using the fact she still understands languages, just to look over any sort of loose papers or anything. She's just sort of giving them a cursory glance more than anything.
Okay, no worries. Badger.
I guess Badger's gonna kind of. I can't even figure out where I can go in this environment. Can't really see very clearly. I guess that's the point, probably. But is there anything that's sort of catching Badger's eye, or? Oh, good lord!
Yeah. So
I can't. I'm stuck.
Yeah. The one thing that strikes your notice is that upstairs was borderline pristine.
Yeah.
This place is not. Also, with your perception, as you're wandering around looking, it just feels like something's been in here.
Okay.
More recently than anywhere else.
Do I get the impression that they kind of turned the place upside down looking for something, or
it doesn't look like it's ransacked? It looks more like, you know, when you can't find something, so you just turn a room upside down.
Yeah. So it's like someone was looking for something.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll probably share that observation with the group.
Okay. Slate?
Yeah, I will continue to look around as well. Can I just ask, is there any candles or torches on the walls or anything like that?
Surprisingly not.
Okay.
You can see a number of light beams coming out from Hiram, Katya, Balthazar. In fact, Rena probably. Oh no, of course she doesn't have light.
Oh, I have got a torch. I've got a torch, so I'll use one of my torches.
Okay.
And I'll also cast. Well, I don't know why I didn't mean to do that. But I'll use one of my torches and cast Druidcraft on it to light it.
Right.
I've got a tinderbox, but screw that. Why bother? Cool. And then I will kind of continue to like look around for any kind of like secret doors or like, you know, secret cool things. Yeah, I'm more looking for like handles, knobs, doors, switches, things like that, because books that I can't read in a different language are not very much of any interest to me.
Sure. In which case, going to the top, Balthazar, as you kind of wander around, you're like a kid in a sweet shop, and as you're wandering around, you kind of wander past the table. It's another kind of desk, a little reading desk, and in your head, you just have this obsession, this urge to look at what's on the table. Like, it's an odd feeling, almost like a premonition, if you will. And
sure,
as you look down, it's a book, it's open, and it's in ancient Netherese. But then just read it. You hear?
Hey, Katya?
She stops playing. Yeah, Balthazar?
Can you read this book for me? Tell me what it says.
Are you?
Oh, I'm here. Right here.
Follow my
voice.
This way.
This way.
So many walls down. Can you just move me to something? I keep hitting walls. There we go. And she'll step up beside him and look over. It's like, again, I imagine the words just instantly just.
Yeah. So as you look at this book that Balthazar seems to have found, it's almost like a treatise. It reads like a religious text. The Chronicles of Ialum the Great.
Ooh.
And as you flick through the book, you notice that, like Balthazar, you see with your detect magic eyes that this has the same kind of abjuration magic that the upstairs book had.
Yeah.
And as you kind of flick through the book and read it, you realise it's almost like a chronicling of the saga of Ialum, this great sorcerer king. And looking at the dates, they're not in Dale Reckoning, which is a bit of a nuisance. But showing, as you kind of relate the dates to Balthazar, you realise that this Ialum was So he was a great arch wizard, who, was a ruler of his region of Netherese, and he was kicking around in sort of like minus 400 Dale reckoning. So about, so it's what? It's 1496 now. So about 1900 years ago, Ireland was alive.
Okay.
And it speaks of the devout devotion and dedication that Ireland demanded from his subjects. And it speaks of a diadem of great power. And you see, as you go through, you can see, like, towards the back pages, there are notes that are handwritten in the book. And again, they're in Netherese, which converts in front of your eyes, and it's a more scratchy, kind of scribbly text. And the writing gets more and more erratic as you go on through the book. And you realize it's the same writing as the book you found in the first tower, the same handwriting. And the book, it seems crazed. That's the best way you can describe it. But it speaks of the emissaries. It speaks of the Union. It speaks of the evolution of Netherese. And everything seems connected to this diadem. The notes go on to state that through the diadem's power, like the delivery of the diadem is our greatest mission. We cannot fail in our duty. We must carry the diadem to the emissaries. And Katya, as you're kind of reading through that, Balthazar, you see that there are a number of papers near this book. And again, you feel this kind of urge to look at it.
Katya, what's this say?
As you kind of pull one of the pages out, Balthazar, to show Katya, there are scribblings. It looks almost like a Vitruvian man. A drawing of a Vitruvian man, except it's not a man. And Katya, as you look at this picture that Balthazar shows you, and Balthazar, your eyes glow a little bit brighter. There's a caption on the page of this sketch. Implacable.
It says implacable.
And Balthazar, you see a drawing of a golem, of a figure very much like yourself, but very much Netherese.
Ooh.
Wait, are you sure you mean implacable? Does it not just mean like robot or armored figure? It could be like a mistranslation. Is that what it is?
How this works, Balthazar, is the words they're a psychic imprint. I'm not as much reading them as they are speaking to me. And it is saying this. I look at it, it's the same word over and over. Implacable.
Katya, you feel, as you look at it, you kind of get this feeling of, like, it's impressive, isn't it? Like, it's a marvel. It's groundbreaking. The things that Implacable could do. Like, you feel proud. And then the feeling goes away.
I think this was designed here. I think this is... She looks around, and I imagine this is very much like a laboratory of some description, like someone's workshop almost.
Are you saying I'm adopted?
I get the feeling that this was made here, and there's this immense sense of pride and satisfaction at completing this drawing. No, maybe not the drawing itself, but something.
What could have happened is the Cormyr stole the plans from the Sharans, and that's where I come from.
That's a possibility. I mean, it could be just a coincidence that two rival factions came up with the same idea at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, Implacable is like a cool name. Like anything could be called Implacable. Great minds think alike.
Rena looks to you and she looks around. There's a look of confusion on her face, and this place, it feels so familiar. She looks around and confused. But I've never been here before. No one has. And like looking around, kind of checks out. I know, Badger, you realise this place seems to have been, turned over more recently than 10 years ago, but we're still talking the best part of a decade. And Rena, I don't understand, she says. Slate, as everyone's kind of stood around talking, while you were doing your searching, you did in fact find a door on the southeastern wall. It's up a small staircase that everyone stood in front of. So as you gently squeeze between them, and kind of make way up the stairs, you see a similar kind of glassy black obsidian-like door.
I'll go, ooh, a door, and try to open it.
Okay.
I'll say it out loud, ooh, a door, and try to open it. Completely disregarding the fact that it was not the best idea beforehand.
That did not go well for Badger.
So as everyone looks up to you as you open the door just kind of opens kind of noiselessly. And as you poke your head out, you find yourself on a bridge.
Oh.
And you realise...
Oh, I'm on a bridge.
You're on the lower... As you look out... Sorry, let's turn that back on. So as you step out of the room into the open, if you will, you can see that the water has been significantly pushed back. And Slate, as you look up... because it seems bright. It seems bright all of a sudden. Very bright. Maybe it's because you've just been in that dark room. But everyone had their torches on and that, didn't they? You've got your torch. But it's bright. And then you look up and you realise you can see the sky.
Mm.
Oh. And although it's about 200 feet up, you realise effectively you're in this well. This wall of water as the sea's been pushed back and the bubble has just kind of opened up to the sky. And as you look up, you see you squint because you can see, is it a shadow of some description? Like you can't quite make it out. And then you realise it's the figurehead of a ship. And as you squint a bit closer, you realise that the mast, the figurehead, is getting bigger, and it's moving towards the gap. And even though it's 200 feet above you, and you can only see the shadowy hull from underneath, you can hear the sounds of screaming and calls of panic as you realise that the ship is being dragged into this chasm.
Oh no.
Oh.
And the ship just keeps on getting bigger and bigger. And as you're looking, and you've just opened the door, and Zumbo steps out and, "Here, what you found?" he says. And he stops and he looks up and, "Oh my God," he says. "That's the royal flagship."
Ooh.
And as you look up, you see as the royal flagship of Cormyr, the dragon, reaches over the edge, and there's an uneasy creak. And the ship tips over the edge of this waterfall. And as it begins plummeting towards you, we'll call it there.
Oh dear!
Well, I guess that's one way to deal with Ezra, isn't it?
I mean, yeah. Holy moly.
Ermengard.
Congratulations, everyone, on completing session 26.
Too many things going on, Dan.
Did it?
Too many things. Wow.
So,
My goodness.
yes, that is a thing that happened. Yeah, who knows how things are gonna get on from here? I'm sure they'll be fine. There's only like 800 odd people on that ship.
Definitely getting towards that beach holiday now, I can tell.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. So, yes, thank you all for... No, sorry. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching. Yeah, we'll see you next week, and then we'll find out just what happens when you drop a full-sized Dreadnought Galleon on a Netherese tower.
Great.
Amazing.
Super great.
Cool. I will see everyone next week.
Yeah.
See you
Take
later.
care all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Within this forgotten tower at the bottom of the Dragonmere, the Warhounds will face a number of horrifying events. They draw upon their courage to overcome these obstacles, but will it be enough? Come back next week to find out. Thank you to everyone watching this. I always get excited for finales, and this tower is no different. I want to give a huge shout out to Birdie Maps for the bespoke map created specifically for us. Their work continues to astound me. You can check out Birdie Maps' other work over on Reddit and Instagram, and get your own commissioned maps by supporting them on their Patreon. Details will be in the description down below. If you like this video, go ahead and like the video. If you want more Explorers of Elsewhere content, you can grab another video here. And for even more content, subscribe here and hit the bell icon for new video notifications. Once again, thank you for watching, and as always, may the realms endure.